Okay, so I've talked about a fair few number of maps from Rising Storm 2 Vietnam on this channel, some good, some bad, but I haven't talked about my favorite map in the game, which I just need to reiterate the favorite part. Just because it is, doesn't mean the map is good, and there are some pretty valid criticisms that suggest this map isn't very good in terms of gameplay. But before I get into today's video, please like the video. Anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so before I say what map it is, some of you who play on the farming zone may already know, but for those of you who don't, I want you to kind of quickly think, because whatever you think it is, it's probably not that map. But you know, my favorite map in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam is none other than Quang Tri Supremacy. Okay, I'm joking, but in all seriousness, it is Dawn of Tet. This is one map where I don't care if I win or lose. I can just have a good time on this map. I thoroughly enjoy playing on it. Now, some of you are probably saying, wow, that is a shit map. Well, in terms of some gameplay elements, yes, there are some problems, such as the fact, in my opinion, too many objectives to defend, because some of you are like, oh, well, you give Highway 14 for having the whole freaking alphabet. And I mean, yeah, okay, this map does have, it's definitely on the longer side of maps, in my opinion, but I actually like that for this map because it just means I get to play on it for longer, basically. If I had to play a long time on Highway 14, I'd probably get bored and want to leave the server. Dawn of Tet, complete opposite. Please, by all means, lock down on every point, then advance to the next one, drag it out for as long as possible. I'll happily do that. But I mean, you know, obviously a problem with this map is at one point you need to defend 3 objectives, and they're simply so spread out, and it's such a challenge having to move from objective to objective, because for starters, you're not going to have the coordination most of the time to say, okay, this squad go there, this squad do that. It's just not going to happen, let's be honest. So it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed. And you know, in addition to this, some of the combat zones are just, they're pretty dodgy. Like, you can't even take one step forward on this one objective. Like, to find that, you know, you're pretty limited, I'd say that that's a fair sort of criticism in terms of defending. Some people say it is impossible to defend on this map. I disagree. I believe that's a bit of an exaggeration. I've had some good games where not really good games, like, it can sort of become a chokehold, I suppose, especially on that, I believe, that checkpoint objective. And in addition to that, since it's really close quarters, it's literally some small building, it's gonna become a grenade fest, which never really is fun, in my opinion. And this objective can be pretty damn hard for the VC to capture, but I mean, the map nonetheless, in my honest opinion, is that it isn't too ARVN sided, this map. The VC definitely have an advantage, in my opinion, because they have just much better combat zones. But you know, I do find that it can be pretty easy to spawn camp on this map. You know, there are certain places in the map where, you know, you can pretty easily shoot into the VC spawn. And you know, depending on what server you play on, sometimes spawn camping rules aren't necessarily enforced. Like this one time where I was on the verge of a mental breakdown because I kept on getting spawn camped. So I literally, you know what I did? I was so angry that I wanted to team switch. This was on Firebase Georgina. I wanted to switch to the Americans, run out of the combat zone to VC spawn and kill my own teammate, air quotes teammate, that was spawn camping because the admins weren't doing anything, and I got so damn frustrated that I'm like, you know, I don't care, I'll fucking team kill intentionally, bro, ban me, I do not give a shit. But you know, what is good about this map? Now, I'm gonna be absolutely honest here, it's the way the map looks. This map, in my opinion, is the best looking map in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, hands down. Like, the only map that I think could maybe come close, like, what makes a map look beautiful? Like, I like the purple color, the purple shade, atmosphere, it's really beautiful. And then when you add in this rain effect, oh, chef's kiss. That's like the cherry on top, in my opinion, that just complements it, you know? You even have like the mountains that surround the map, and it's just such a beautiful map. Honestly, the only other map that I could think that's similar in terms of the way it looks is probably that Neon Redux map. Is that how you say it, Redux? I don't know. I mean, that also looks good in terms of atmosphere and coloring. Even like the Spooky, if you haven't played on the map, the Spooky has like these traces that look really freaking cool. I'll try and get it up for you because it's really something nice to look at. But, you know, I remember this one time on Dawn of Tet, I was playing as Commander. I think I was playing as the ARVN Commander. Now, if you don't know, ARVN do not get artillery on this map. They only get air support. And I had this guy in chat saying, Commander, hey, you know, gonna call in artillery anytime soon? May question mark? And I'm like, hey, maybe if you pressed M and saw the big fucking writing that artillery is offline, that really genuinely frustrated me, but it's an honest mistake, you know. But the ARVN only get air support, Spooky, Napalm, as well as a Bushranger and a Loach. But, you know, I just love, you know, I always play as ARVN on this map, never play as NLF, but I love sort of like sneaking around if I were to play as the NLF, and just like I feel very stealthy, you know, with my sniper or submachine gun running around the map in this sort of nightish atmosphere. But, you know, this map does have a zipline feature, which is pretty cool. You can still be shot when you're using them, but it's a good way to actually transport yourself around the map, because obviously the map is so large. Like, if you want to go from one objective to the next, then you can use these zip lines to just literally zip around. Haha, please laugh. But, you know, I do like the variation as sort of areas on the map. You know, you got rice, oh, though that's not rice, that's wheat or grain or whatever. I'm just so used to saying rice fields. You got a cinema, you've got a building which admittedly does feel a little bit empty to it, even like a hospital sort of thing, or doctor's office or whatever. I don't know what that is. You also have like a suburban area where, you know, you can run around in between houses, get into really good positions to sort of get flanking shots into people. But, you know, another reason why I like this map is because it's ARVN versus NLF. You know, I'm just sick of playing. It gets boring after a while. Let's be honest, playing US, or maybe you might get a game on long 10. When I play, I very rarely get to play as ARVN, so, you know, having a map such as this where it's ARVN, I'm more than happy to play on it. And it isn't ridiculously ARVN sided like Wang Tree or oh fuck, I forgot the name of the map. What was it called? Assau, I believe what it's called. I've never ever won as VC on that map. I genuinely have never won as VC on the map. That map is ridiculous. But you know, overall, the map isn't perfect in terms of gameplay. I just think it looks good. Literally, that's it. That's all there is to it. I just like the way this map looks. And, you know, it's a nice change from, you know, the bright green jungles that some maps have, or the fucking disgusting dirty ass hill of Hill 937. It's a nice change in terms of atmosphere, and I will always vote for this map above anything else. But, you know, I'm curious to hear, my voice just died for a second. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on this map, because some people hate it, call it a crap map. Some people probably like it, so, you know, I'm always willing to listen to what people have to say about things. But anyways, I'm gonna end today's video there. I hope you guys did enjoy, because if you did, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing the video with your friends. Anyways, my name is Tantu, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.